everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you guys are here. This is going to be a long awaited video for you guys. I thought that I put a foundation routine on my channel. I did not, but that's what we'll be getting today. Now, I've tried to film this video. This is the second time. Of filming this video, okay? So the first time I filmed it, I had a pink eyeshadow look. This time I did kind of a fall burnt, like a brown burnt smoky eye, whatever. If you want to see a video on that, just let me know. But in this video, we're going to literally be talking about every single thing that I use on my face, from my skin prep to my foundation, contour, highlighting, all of it, okay? And I will be giving prices, specs, everything. It's who these things, the skin types, the perfect skin types for the products that I'm using. I am a normal to dry kind of combination, so I have to hydrate a little bit more than a person who may be like dry to normal. So let's go ahead and get into this tutorial. Oh, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, y'all. It means so much to me if you can please like, comment, subscribe. I love seeing you guys in the comments. Tell me what you love to see, what you love, what you don't love. I love to see it because I love when you guys support me. So I would love to continue to give you quality content. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get into this tutorial. Okay, so let's start with what I always prep my skin with, okay? So I prep my skin with 2 products. Some people may start with 1 product, but I start with 2. Now, these are the 2 primers that I do use. I don't know if you can see them. My autofocus on my camera has been crap. I'm still trying to figure it out. I love my camera. It's my new camera my husband got me for my birthday, but I am new to DSLR cameras. I've been using my phone to record for I don't know how long, so it's different. But anyways, this is the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, and this is the Milk Hydro Grip, okay? This one has hyaluronic acid in it, but it's also gripping. So if you are normal to dry, like me, or you're dry, this would be hair in my mouth. Okay, this would be the perfect primer for you, okay? So this is a tiny little sample because I wanted to try it first before I bought the big one. And the reason being, this one is, I believe, $18, and the bigger one, which is probably like this big, is $30. So I wanted to make sure I love the primer first before purchasing it, okay? I do love it. So if you need your makeup to last all day long, something to grab the foundation, this is the primer for you, okay? It's really good. Y'all probably heard everybody talking about it. And then we have the Tatcha Silk Canvas, okay? And this one is really smoothing. This is what I love about this one. This one actually runs you about 22 bucks. Looks like this. Okay, it's really good. It gives you a velvety finish, and I'm going to be putting it on as we're talking about it, but it's going to give you a velvety finish, and it gives you a smooth look, okay? So it's going to smooth out your makeup. That's literally how much I use, okay? And I just take it and I put it in these areas. So I put it around my mouth and around my nose and on my forehead. And if you can you probably already can see that it's smoothing me out. Move my scarf back. I was trying to keep my baby hairs intact, but gotta get that primer on. Okay, and then I use the Hydro Grip around the perimeter of my face, and it's usually like that much. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I'll just rub it in between my fingers to warm the product up. and I'll just use it on the outside. And this and I'll press it in the middle over that tatcha, just to make sure we have a sturdy base, because you want your foundation to last all day long, especially with this corona going around and you happen to wear a mask all day. This kind of helps. You want to make sure you have a good foundation underneath your makeup so that your makeup lasts, because if not, your makeup just gonna wipe right off, which is, I feel like is what a lot of people are going through right now. So those two are awesome primers, my favorite. A dupe for the silk. I love giving dupes because so everybody can afford the $30 primers. Like, that's just fact, okay? So a dupe for the Tatcha Silk Canvas would be the e.l.f. Putty Primer. And that one's gonna run you probably around $6. And then the dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip would be the Jelly Pop from e.l.f. And that one's really good as well. I think there's another one by Hard Candy. That brand, I feel like they came out with one as well that is literally the same color, same consistency as the Milk. So those are two dupes, and I'll put them on the screen. I'll probably put the originals I'm using and then the dupes on this side, so you can kind of see, you know, which one you may like. But I've tried them both and I love them all. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into skin. I use two foundations usually, depending on if I'm in between my colors. So the two that I'm using today is my TeintIdole foundation by Lancome, and then my L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour freshwear. Okay, so I mix these two. 460 is my normal shade in the winter, but it's not in the summer because I get a little bit darker in the summer. So I always mix a little bit of a darker one when it comes to summertime. Even though we're about to transition back into wintertime, I would probably go back to using this by itself instead of mixing it with something. So she is a little pricey, just a little. She is 47 smacks. I worked for Lancome for 3 years and freelanced for them for about a year. So I know a lot about this brand. And this foundation literally is my favorite. Like, it's my go-to. If I'm putting on my foundation, I will grab that one or I will grab NARS. Now, I love NARS as well, even though we're getting off topic and we're talking about what I'm using currently. But in a lot of my videos, I am wearing the NARS Longwear Radiant Foundation. I absolutely love this one. I wear this one in Caracas. And I ordered the new one that came out, the Soft Matte. So I will do a video for that one to show y'all what I think about that foundation, because I love me some NARS, y'all. So, but for today's video, we're not using her. We're gonna use my trusty TeintIdole and then my L'Oreal Infallible. So she's gonna give you a matte finish. She's gonna be medium to full coverage. This one's also very buildable. Both of these are buildable, okay? This one gives me more of a fresh wear, a fresh look, so more radiant, where this one is going to give me that matte. So I like a mixture of both, okay? And so for the L'Oreal Infallible, this one runs $14.99, but I got it for buy one get one free at Ulta. So they were like $7.50 at the time on sale. So you can always catch an amazing sale from Ulta, Walmart, CVS, where you can find any of the L'Oreal products. And L'Oreal, they own Lancome. So that's why I feel like they also go well together, because of that. But who knows? So I always like to use a sponge when applying any liquid foundation. You can also use a brush, okay? So I'm not telling you don't use a brush, because you can. This is the way I like to do it. So I'll usually do a couple of pumps of the TeintIdole, and then I'll come through with the freshwear and do a couple of pumps of that one. I'll kind of mix them up on my sponge and then dab whatever's left. And then I'll just blend it on out. And I will be doing a video on my skincare, even though my skin is fighting with me. We're beefing right now. Me and my skin, we're beefing. Because she was so pretty for so long. And then out of nowhere, I started getting these little breakouts on my chin and on my forehead. So we beefing. We not friends right now, but we're probably friends in a couple of weeks when I get her together. I bought some new skincare products to kind of help combat that because it's really annoying. I am a sucker for clear skin. I love clear skin. It just makes the makeup application so much better. But we're gonna make do with what we have. I know people are probably like, oh, your skin is pretty. And I'm just like, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? Okay. Okay, so I always leave like directly under my eye open. And I do that because I don't want to cake up too much makeup. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm using full coverage products. I'm using a full coverage foundation and I will be using a full coverage concealer. So I don't need full coverage foundation under the eyes plus a full coverage concealer plus powder. No. Okay, you have the layer. It's like a dance. It's like the merengue. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not the merengue. Don't go me on that. But you know, it's like a little dance you gotta do with your makeup, okay? So that's that. So now I'm going to talk to you about my concealers. And my two favorite that I use in all my videos is my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Butterscotch and my Too Faced Born This Way Concealer in Butterscotch and my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Deep. Okay, so I absolutely love these concealers. And again, they are a little pricey, and I know I have dupes for both of them for you guys, but the Shape Tape is a full coverage matte concealer. If you don't like matte concealer, don't buy this one. But if you do, and you're an oily girl, you would love this one. Now, the Born This Way, I don't know, I feel like it's for everybody. It's full coverage, it's semi-matte, and it's buildable, and the colors are phenomenal. So you can conceal, contour, highlight, retouch with it. Okay, that's the things that I absolutely love about the Too Faced concealer. And you get a lot of products. Like, this looks like a foundation to some. It's like 0.5 fluid ounces of concealer, and it comes with the doe foot applicator. I love that because it's just easy to apply under the eyes. So I love that. And this one is going to run about $30, and this one is $27, okay? But e.l.f. has come out with a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape, and it's their 16-hour wear concealer, okay? So it's going to look like this. I love her as well, okay? So, but the doe foot applicator on this one is a lot bigger than this one. And I can show y'all. Like, this is what the doe foot applicator looks like on that. It's huge! Okay, and then on my Tarte, the applicator's a lot smaller. So to have a side by side. She's shorter, but she's thick. Thick. Isn't that the song? Thick. Okay, I don't listen to that kind of music like that, obviously. So, I don't know how many ounces are in this one, but they seem about the same amount, okay? But $6, $27, okay? So, it's all about a price difference and what you want. All right, so this is what I usually do. The Deep is my exact skin tone. So I always go with something that's my exact skin tone first, directly under the eyes. And I only apply this one under the eyes. I don't apply it anywhere else on my face, okay? And a trick that I like to do that I got from Miss Jackie. I absolutely love her. She lets her concealers dry down. Now, she changed her whole foundation routine up now, but she still lets that concealer dry down, honey. She's not budging on that in order to get full coverage. So I'm gonna let that dry down slightly, and we're gonna go into what I use to contour. Okay, so I use 2 contouring sticks to contour. So I always start with my I start with my Black Opal contour stick in suede mocha. As you can see, I love it. It's almost gone. Black Opal, if you see this video, send your girl some more foundation sticks because I love, love, love them. Okay, shameless plug. I'm shameless. It is what it is. You have not because you asked not. All right, so I dig in this with my Makeup Forever 108 straight brush. I'm obsessed with this brush. Rennie Vasquez has put me on, honey. About 3 years ago, I saw him in one of his videos talking about this brush and how he uses it for complexion. And I fell in love, and I've been in love ever since. Okay, so I'm going to dig in there, get in there. And I'm just going to contour or bronze my face because this is more of a bronzing color for me. So this is going to warm my skin up, where the next color I use is going to really chisel my face out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and blend this one out. Actually, I don't let my contour sit like I let the highlight and all of that sit on my face to get the full coverage, but I'm just going to grab my Real Techniques. Everything has erased off the brush, so it looks like this. I have done a video the other day, so don't judge me. It is not super clean. So I'm just going to blend this out like that. And it gives me a natural, radiant finish. That's the reason why I absolutely love this contour stick. It's a foundation stick, but I use them to contour. Like, there's no rules to this. I do what I want, as you should. You should do what you want as well. Okay, so I like to keep my contour higher because I'm trying to give the illusion of a lifted face and not a dragging down face, because I have eaten a little too much during this quarantine and it is showing. So I have to contour. Some people don't have to. I have to, honey, because if I don't, I'm gonna look like chubby. And then I'm just gonna go over it with what I used to put on my foundation. Just gonna go over all those places. And if I ever get out of focus, I'm sorry, because I do a lot of moving and whatnot, and I can get out of focus super easy with this camera, okay? So I apologize in advance if I've gotten out of focus thus far, okay? So now we're gonna go in and blend under the eye. Take the pointy end of my beauty blender, and I'm just going to blend that. And I just want to get as much coverage as possible. And remember, this is just the concealer that's my exact skin tone. I'm gonna go back in with a lighter one for highlighting. So it's all a process. Some people are like, oh, I just can't do that. I just can't sit in the mirror and do my makeup for an hour. Like, I don't see how you do that. I'm just like, I can tell. I'm just I'm just joking. Let me not do that. Okay? But it's literally a choice. If you don't want to do that, then don't. But I don't mind. I really, truly don't mind taking my time on my makeup because this is something that I love. Okay. And I just blend around the edges. Make sure we're all blended. And then I'm going to add my espresso Anastasia foundation stick. This was $25. I got them on sale when they were kind of Dillard's. I was working at Dillard's for a while, and Dillard's kind of did away with them. So I bought literally every color because they were on sale. And this color is an espresso. So this would be more contour for me, where the other shade was more bronzing. So I'm just going to tap that color in, and it just adds, you see how it added a lot more depth? It adds a lot more depth to the face, and I like that. The feeling of looking like you haven't eaten, and even though I know I have, I appreciate that. So a good tip that I love to give is to just blend, blend, blend over all of. Okay, so I realized after I got up because my camera, I had to do some stuff with my camera. I realized that I didn't have my mic on. So yeah, isn't that fantastic? Anywho, so let's just continue. So I put on my concealer and my contour, and now we're going to go in and talk about powders, okay? Because if you look at me right now, I look like real dewy, shiny. I don't like that look. I like my highlight to be shiny, but I don't want my face to be shiny. So I always just make sure my under eyes blended out before I put any powder down, because I don't want to set creasing, okay? So I'm going to go in with my Morphe, the Morphe Banana Rich powder, and I always start with this one first, and I press this into the skin because I'm a sucker for a yellow powder. And I'm just going to press this in, okay? So I don't bake because I don't want to get too dry under the eyes, because that tends to happen sometimes. So you have to be careful with that. This powder is gonna, I think it's for $12. It's such a great powder. It reminds me of my Sacha Buttercup, and I was obsessed with that powder for a long time. So if you can't get your hands on Sacha Buttercup, this is like the next best thing, okay? So I'm just going to set all those places I put concealer, and just to make sure we don't have a shiny forehead, because we don't want a shiny forehead. I'm just going to tap whatever's left underneath my contour. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, and this one's in medium tan, and I'm literally just going to kind of tap this powder underneath my eyes. I'm going to go with my Morphe 438 brush, and I'm going to go into the powder, and I'm just going to press, and literally this gives you the most flawless under eye, okay? I can't use any of MAC's like liquid products because my skin would freak out and I would have bumps everywhere. But I can use their powders, their lip glosses, lip liners, everything but their complexion. I can't use any of their skincare, anything like that. But I can use their powders. So, and y'all, their powders are official. Like, how pretty is that under eye? Like, it is so smooth and it doesn't take a lot, literally just a little, and just press that underneath the eye after you have applied that loose setting powder, okay? So now we're gonna go into contour, and you may have some people who use contour palettes. I do. I may use my Anastasia contour powder in Mahogany. I may use that. I may use my True Complexion by Black Radiance. I may use that. But literally, if you have an eyeshadow palette already with a warm brown shade in it, I like this one. As you can see, there's a hole in it. I love that one. And I literally would just go into that. I tap a little bit off on my hand because I don't want it to be too like, oh. And I'll just tap that onto my cheeks. Just kind of swipe it, kind of roll it towards the back like that. And it just gives you the most beautiful contour without it being like super overpowering, because I don't like for my contour to be like blackout, like all in your face. Nobody wants that. Okay. And then I'm going to go in with, since I've done like a fall brownish kind of eye, I'm going to go in with my Saharian Blush Volume 2 palette. Oh, sorry, Volume 1 palette. And I'm going to go into Toby, this orange blush. I think that's pretty for, it's pretty for fall time. Why not? And I'm not a blush person. For everyone who knows me, I'm not a blush person. But it can get cute. It can get real cute with some of these looks. Like, that just adds a really, really nice flush of color to my face. Just a smidge. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with highlight. I kind of like the highlight that I used in my inner tear duct. It was actually the Warrior palette by Juvia's, and I went into this shade at the bottom. So I'm going to take my Morphe M510 brush, just like a little small brush like this, and I'm just going to go into that color. Ooh, that is pretty. Well, that kind of reminds me of Rihanna's Fenty highlighter that everybody has to be careful with because it's so blinding. That's what that reminds me of. I have not used this color as a highlight yet, so we're doing this together, trying together. And I'm going to take a smaller brush and if I can find one that suffices, I'm just going to put a little highlight at the tip of my nose, like right there at the bridge. I don't know, it just hits different. And I'm also going to put a little bit on the brow bone just to make sure the look is kind of cohesive. That has nothing to do with the rest of my face though. So I always want to go back and make sure that my contour, my blush, my highlight, all of those are kind of like cohesive and that they're all meshing together. You have to. Okay. How pretty is that? So I always set my face. I have two setting sprays. This one's more, the NYX Bear With Me is going to be more of your refresher. You can use it to prime, you can use it to refresh, you can use it to finish, you can use it to hydrate. It's a really, really good setting spray. So I always start with this one. Just to refresh the face, get rid of any powdery look that you may have if you were doing your face and you feel like you OD'd on powder, which a lot of us do, especially during this time, because powder is what keeps the makeup on in this heat and with that mask on, okay? So powders are important. And then to actually like set it so it doesn't move, I'm using my Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. This is the one, long lasting one, and I'm just going to spray my face down with this one. And now your face will go nowhere, okay? You have your face on all day. All day, she won't budge. That mask won't be getting on your nerves. You be all good, okay? So that's my little trick for that. But this is my foundation routine. I'm going to finish up the face and then we're gonna come back and talk. Okay, so this is the finished look. So it's giving you skin-like finish. You're not looking too cakey or anything like that, but it's not overdone. And that's what I love about all the products that I used. Okay, and I will have a recap of all the colors that I used in the description box below. And while you're doing that, you can always just go ahead and just, you know, like, comment, and subscribe while you're at it. You can kind of, you know, hit the little bell here so you always get notified when I post something new. I really enjoy doing this because people ask me all the time, what do I do for my primers and what's good for oily skin, dry skin, you know, and they ask me all these questions. And this video, I feel like for anybody with the same skin type as me, these products work for me. So I feel like they'll work for you as well. So, again, the look. Let me back up for y'all. Yes. So please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I already said it, but I'm going to keep saying it. Commenting and liking and all of that is really good for my algorithm, so my videos can show up more often on suggested videos, because I need that. I need more people to see my content. But I love y'all. And my next video will be amazing. Stay tuned. Next week, I will have 2 new videos out, and I believe y'all are going to absolutely love those. So, until we meet again,